Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with some Genshin Impact. We're ready to do the Spiral Abyss for June. It just started, came out the day after Yelan came out, so that's really good, really fun. As we know, earlier in the week I just hit AR 60. That's been cool. You get a lot of more from stuff, but apart from that, it is what it is. We did some wishing for Yelan earlier in the week. Hey Elijah, how you doing? I gotta say it was the worst wishing I've ever had in my life. If you guys want to check that out, that is on the channel. If you want to check that out after this video or whenever. Should be a couple streams ago. It's like a couple hours. We wished for a long time. And I did get Yelan. I got some constellations on her, but my god. Phew, I didn't win a single 50-50. But I finally got her. Me and Boandon farmed. He had the worm unlocked, and I don't have it yet, so we just stayed in his worm after, or in his world after, and I farmed her all her mats up to 90. I'm good. I'm great, actually. Thanks for asking. So my Yelan is decent. I think she's putting out good damage. I have faith in her. Before I used to have like a Skyward Harp on her, but right now I got a Stringless, and I find the Stringless outperforms the Polar Star. It outperforms the whatchamacallit, the Skyward Harp. The only thing I'm lacking is I was kind of relying on the crit from Skyward Harp. So right now I have like sub-optimal crit stats on her. Like she's not perfectly done yet. She's okay. I wish I had at least 10 or so more crit on her. A lot more crit damage, but I kind of had a lot of crit damage from the weapon. So, but switching to Stringless, I have a lot more elemental mastery. Like I'm doing a lot bigger vaporizations, lots of good elemental combinations with that. So I really enjoy that. I kind of want to try to go for more mastery on her. That's how I'm enjoying her. So my day's been great. I got up really early today. Me and my friends were doing this Pokemon Go event. We were driving all around town, just catching stuff, just having a good time. We did that from like 10 this morning till about 4, and we finished it off with some Baconators from Wendy's. I had a good time. It was really fun. I came back, relaxed for a bit, and then got on Genshin, and here we are. Thanks for asking, though. Thank you, Elijah. So yeah, I don't know what this Spiral Abyss has in tow, but I do know that I wanted Yelan so that I could have 2 Hydro DPSs I was confident in. I have a Mona, but I'm not confident in her at all. I'm just not built that way for her. And I would basically always find myself putting Tartaglia, having to like put Tartaglia on a team that needed rain, but in a situation like last Spiral where you needed rain on or water Hydro on both teams, I was like, put Hydro on the one team that needs it, and then just pray to God that I can out DPS the Lectors and Hectors and the Fire guys. So, but I am having a blast with her. She's actually a lot of fun. I did get her to C4 as I wanted to because of her constellation giving HP to everyone. It's really synergistic with a lot of my characters. I think she's a lot of fun. I think she's great. At the same time, I never really get a chance to use her burst because things die too quick, so hopefully I can have some fun with her here. I don't think... how do I check anything? Oh, you have to click on it first, right? Yeah. A little tired because I did wake up early, but, you know. So, I'm pretty sure this is the same as it always was. I literally did this less than a week ago. Cool. I'm not too worried about the first floor. And now I forget everything I just saw. Just trying to think what team I want her on. I probably want her on team 2. Yeah, because she can like grab all these hunters and just crush them. Okay, cool. So usually I go in with the usual format, like a healer, a shielder, and then just 2 damages based on what I need. I think on team 1 I'm gonna have Yay Miko, Klee, Albedo, and Chi-Chi. That should be good. And then on team 2 we should... I want to use Yelan. I do. That's the problem with getting more and more characters, is that it's just less and less. Like, you can only use so many, and you want to use, like, the fun ones and stuff. Like, The more characters I get, the less I use Eula, the less I use this one or that one. And like preference sometimes falls behind optimization. So let's throw her in team 2 with I was trying her with Klee. It was pretty fun. Probably just gonna go Raiden, Zhongli, and Jean. That makes about as much sense to me. Get some electro thingies going, I guess. Oh yeah? That's awesome. You were able to do, geez, you guys gave some big comments. Let me pull the chat up for that. Absolutely. Let's go see what you guys are saying. Let me change live chat to all chat, or all chat to live chat. You're able to do 36 stars with Eula, Lisa, Raiden, and Ayako. Or Ayaka. Crowd team, it's hard. I don't have much good fire characters, and you're saving your promos? That's awesome. I'm glad you did it. Apparently number one, you're number one in the Bleach game. There's a lot of people playing that Bleach game. I don't see myself getting into it. Too many gachas, never a good thing. But I'm glad you're seeing some success in it. I'm going to take Elemental Mastery. That just sounds safe. I'm not really worried about floor 1. Is that what this is?
Right now. Emerge. Right here.
9.
La la la.
Why is my camera so high? Did I just forget how to play? I don't usually play with this camera angle. That is weird.
Emerge. Right here. Nothing lasts forever.
Oh, he did walk right into that. I was hoping that would happen. That's fantastic. Okay, I can pause that. Oh, Yelan, you're here. Oh, you just get that free every time because you're safe from combat. You get your first charge arrow free. Cool. Is there only 2?
Quietly now. Shine down.
Yeah. One of my friends, Red, is playing it. He enjoys it. My R2 doesn't work apparently. Oh, you can get frozen? Oh, I got bubbled. Oh, okay.
Illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal.
That combo is actually really strong, I found. I think I was playing with a guy and he was share playing with me and I went to the, not the Primo Geo Bishop and I did that and it was just like, I was done in one burst. Like, it just, like, it wasn't very daunting. Recharge, I'll take recharge, sure.
Right now.
Oh yes, I remember this.
Life goes on.
Why am I underground? What? He pushed me underground? What the hell? What? He had that much range? Okay, I don't know what got him. He's dead. It's fine with me. Okay. Oh, I thought they were closer than that.
Gotcha.
That ragdoll, though. Oh, I thought I killed him.
Game's up. Fun's over. Busted. Shine down.
I'm totally doing this very strong. I think I used it and then just like used her R2.
Gotcha. Busted.
I do that a lot. Like I'll mash R2 and it's just like, wait a minute, I'm on burst. I should not be doing this. Although R2 then burst should be the way to go, because then you get the HP bonus. Burst, that sounds great. Cool.
Emerge. Right now. Emerge.
Burst forth. Feel this ancient power.
Jumpy, jumpy, go. Go. Right here. Right now.
Coming to be. Witness my great undertaking.
Nothing lasts forever. Right here. Emerge. Boing, boing, boom.
One firebomb to the toe. That there actually messes up Yelan. I brought her to that domain for the hydro stuff, and when they put those little chunks in the ground, you can't run on it. You just die. It just interrupts it completely.
Stabilize.
Gotcha. Illusion shattered. Things are about to get dicey.
Resistance, the more, the merrier. Look at me.
Now you shall perish.
300k. That's that 50% bonus. Holy shit. I don't usually do that. I don't usually pump 300s. That was that 50% damage bonus shit. Fuck. And it's not even attack. It's just straight damage. Straight output. So what do we got here? Abyssal Mage. Stuff like that. This is the same every time. I forget every time. Oh, okay. So there's a Wicked Torrents. Water. Okay. So I need ice on both teams, essentially. Okay. Basically, if I want to use her, the last floor is still bullshit. Is it like the same? I don't want to know if it's the same as last time, but we'll find out when we get there. But how you doing, Scythe? Haven't seen you in a while. It's our resident official guy. Yeah, I'll put her on team 1. Team 2 just needs some ice, I guess. Yeah, a lot of ice. I might need fire on team 1. Yeah, okay. So I will try that team. What do I need more of? Oh, fuck. That's the problem with, like, wanting to use a character versus, like, you know, I should use something else. Dang. We'll have to see what happens when I get there. Because, you know, I think it's just optimal placement and things like that. I'll take her out for Ganyu now that I think about it. Yeah, I want Zhongli. And I want, I think I want Chi-Chi just for that double cryo resonance for crit rate. That should help. Who was on team? I'm so glad they added this thing, because I always forget. Who's on that side? Just Herald dude. Okay. So, Rosaria. You prefer the 3... I love 3 Magu Kenki. 3 Magu Kenki, I love. 1 Magu Kenki, I hate. I absolutely hate 1 Magu Kenki. 3 Magu Kenkis, that's fine. 3 of them, or 1 of them, I hate it, because it's all invincibility bullshit. And, like, you have to, like, you just gotta get, like, kind of lucky with, like, when you can hit him, because you have to, like, break his first phase first, really fast, and then hope he doesn't teleport away during your DPS, and then hope he's not just, oh. I would rather fight 3 over 1 any day of the week, and that's totally, like, oh, I hate that stuff. I hate when it's just the one guy. This is the water dude. Okay, I'll bring Ye Miko, Albedo. Sure. I don't know what I would normally bring. I think I usually bring Raiden Shogun. That's probably what I would do. But no, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I hope I get through this. Fuck.
Busted. Busted. Game's up. Fun's over.
I will have order. Stabilize.
Oh, I messed up so bad. Yelan and Ganyu do not work together. Like, if you hit circle, it does, but...
Blaze over. Born of ice and frost.
Oh, stupid Dendro wall. Oh, that hit it? Seriously?
Next on the agenda.
This is order.
Did it auto-turn and only hit one guy? I love it. Oh, you did? I haven't won one in 10 summons.
Quietly now. Take it easy.
Life goes on.
Busted.
There we go.
Right now, right here. Barbados, guide us. Punishment. I'm always watching. Emerge. Right now.
Moment of birth.
Oh, what? When did it hit them all? Oh, the turrets must have hit them. Okay. I really feel like I mispicked for this. Like, I wanted Ganyu for the Lecter guy, but then I realized that they just don't work together. Like, I should have put Rosaria with Yelan, not Ganyu. I think that would be better, because Ganyu only uses charge attacks, and that doesn't proc her thing. What kind of impact does Genshin do? Let me see the chat here. Sometimes it makes a splash, other times it makes an impact on the wallet. Wait, that was a lot of damage, and they just didn't care.
Here comes the catch.
Order guide you.
All hail.
Just begun.
No touching.
I miscalculated.
That's why I wanted a fire person.
Solidify.
Busted. Quietly now.
This is order.
Wait, what? It didn't even hit him. The ice particles must have got... Nice camera angle. You're building Noelle? I think it's fun to build characters. Like, I like it when characters get hand-me-downs and like, this is optimum.
Right here, right now.
Okay.
Like blink. Sight to behold. Emerge. Right here. Emerge. Let me amuse myself a little.
What the hell hit me? Give me that shield. Oh, I mashed circle. Guess I'm getting kicked out. All those surveys don't matter. Yeah, she does. Yep. Absolutely. And if you have like C4, they both scale off HP. I couldn't get over the synergy the two have. Hu Tao and Yelan, they're like, Hu Tao Yelan is like Ganyu Shenhe. Like, it's just that powerful of a combo. I really think. And the thing with Yelan is that if you're like a big Zincho user, you now have two Zinchos essentially. You get a better Zincho, I would say, just because of her talent and how she functions. Well, time to just flail about.
Gotcha. Quietly now.
Rise.
Fun's over.
That worked? That shouldn't have worked.
For Rex Lapis. No touching.
Yeah, you have, and there's weapons too. Like there's the The staff, there's Staff of Homa, there's Ayato Skills of HP. I didn't know that. I don't have them. I don't know if like doubling up, like I don't know. I mean, Kiku will as well. Okay, we need more defense characters. I'm gonna say, like we need more geo, like non-geo defense scaling characters. That's what I want. I want a Hydro character that scales off defense, but right now I don't care because I can't get anybody. So, like I have a lot of artifacts that are defense oriented. For Hydro, it's just there's no character that applies to that I use, so it is what it is. And unless they change the summoning pool, I'm not getting any more characters for a long time. So I hope we get new artifacts and stuff, or a cool weapon, or you know something at this point.
Come as a bee.
Right here. Emerge.
Feel this ancient power.
Judgment.
No, I mean you'd probably just substat it, right? Like,
Punishment.
right, exactly.
Emerge.
Because it's like when you get those artifacts that are going to give you crit rate, crit damage, and then like mastery HP, like it's not bad. Like, oh, I didn't get HP. Well, it works for this character, you know? That's fine.
Right here.
Oh, what the hell is this? I wish they would make it that Albedo's blossoms triggered on shield. Like there's a lot of stuff. I'm noticing more and more shielded enemies that just don't trigger effects, and it's really annoying. Because it's like I'm hitting them, no, you're hitting their shield. Oh, okay, but when they hit me, they're hitting my shield. Yeah, sure. Like, oh, it's annoying. Because if someone has the shield up, like it doesn't trigger. I think Raiden Shogun's R2 does not trigger if you hit shield either. The only thing that does is like anything that like follows your actions. I'm not sure though. Because Raiden Shogun needs you to hit, and like Fischl's Oz needs you to like not. I don't even know if it triggers or not. I don't know. I honestly can't say. But I noticed that there's some inconsistencies with shields and stuff. Okay, what exists in here? Oh, the Batsmoles are back. Oh, I missed you guys. So some Houndies and some Bathmole. It's an Ice Bishop, a Thunder guy, and a Thunder Bishop. Okay. So these rooms are different. Okay. So we have Rock guy, Shield guy, big little guy, bunch of Hordes, and then we have when you deal damage. Right. And if you hit a shield, it doesn't consider it damage. Like, I kind of wish they could go in the code and, like, in some games, they'll have whenever you deal damage, and then it'll say in parentheses, even if that damage is 0, and then insert effect, like heal HP or activate this. Like, I think it's just Genshin's not coded to register. Like, it just has no damage or shield damage, but it doesn't register as 0. If it did register as 0, then you could see some effects that are like, well, you did 0, but this effect adds 1,000 damage. So even though you did 0, it's still getting plus 1,000. You'd start to see things like that. But Genshin's just not coded in that way to have those interactions with shield. So like some characters just fall off. Exactly, yeah. Like I find like Albedo's R2 works really good against like a bunch of enemies that just don't have shields. Like enemies that hold a physical shield, like the the shield wall ice Metatrail, whatever his name is, ice shield wall Metatrail, it'll hit him. But like a character that uses like armor shields, like the Fatui, the Heralds, and the Abyss Mages, it just doesn't work until you break that shield. So like, and you don't even get your shield generation. Like you don't even, Albedo's flower doesn't make reactions. You have to literally drop the flower on the guy. Like I find ever since Albedo came out, this whole game has just been like pushed against him. Honest to God. Like, it's just, oh, look, a new matchup. Well, you just don't do anything to it. Well, I guess. Which is all the more reason for Albedo to be added to the main pool, because he's just, you know, falling low, and there's no Geo rep. That's not an Archon, so. Okay, what are we up against here? We have a Stone guy, some Samurai. We definitely need Fire on T1. Fire and Lightning, I would say. And then we have a Rock Fond. What's a rock fond? Anyway, rock fond and rock fond, and then Thunderhelm, Lawatriel, all that guys. Bunch of Fatui people, so I want like Jean on team 2, I guess, to swirl them all, I guess, in case they all get their shields up. But definitely, yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna go Yelan Klee, something I try to do because vaporizing is fun. Like whenever I try to like apply Hydra with Yelan and then use Klee to attack, it just does nothing. Like I get like a 7,000 vaporization. It doesn't make sense. And then Klee, like the enemy touches hot grass and Yelan breaks them. It's like 130k, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's just I don't know what's going on, but sometimes you just take those. Yes, and it's like I still remember the words of Damon Kim when he covered this game, and he said that the power creep, the power balance of this game is going to come down to the 5-star weapons. Or whatever weapons they release will dictate how strong a character can or cannot be. Like, characters can have an incredibly cracked base kit, but until they get that super synergistic weapon that puts them over the edge, like, it makes all the difference. Like, weapons really, really help. And that's why I don't like them tailor-making weapons to characters. Like, Raiden Shogun had her spear. Who else do you give that to? Zhongling? I guess? Like, it's like, you could, but, like, they keep making these weapons that are, like, just for a character, and I think that is in an effort to not inadvertently buff older characters, which ended up happening with Staff of Homa. They made Staff of Homa for Hu Tao, and then Zhongling's like, that's kind of nice. And Zhao's like, that's kind of nice. And then Primordial Jade Sword changed my gene completely because I got to, like, just have all my crit from one weapon, 49 crit just for holding it, and then mass invest in crit damage, and I can get like 70, 80k off her burst, and she's a healer, and she swirls, and like it can make an older character better. Like a new weapon just breathes new life into something, and I think weapon control is where it's at. Like right now, my Yelan has a stringless. It's outperforming my 5-stars. Like, what the hell? Now, if someone had her 5-star and invests like $1,000 to get 5 copies of it, it's going to surpass the stringless. But, like, how much should you invest to surpass something that's, like, I don't even know what that damage thing does. I don't know what it does. I've never looked into it because it would just make me feel bad. Like, it would just be like, oh, that's really good. Or is it only that much? Like, it's interesting. So, I need to know where I'm putting my Zhongli, is what I need to know, actually. All this talking is getting me forgetting. I think Team 2 wants Zhongli, honestly. So I'm going to put Albedo Team 1. And then I said I wanted Jean Team 2, so we're getting Chi-Chi. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. So I get some ice, some fire, some water, some Geo. Cool stuff. Who's down there? Bunch of dudes. Bunch of Tuies. And the Bismissals. The Miter Schnatz, yes. Yeah, I think that's what you're saying. Your comments are long, so they get cut off. Yes, Miter Schnatz, yeah. I rolled just for that, and I never use it. like I'm waiting for someone to take my Skyward Heart from official so I can use it, and then it's like, well, I got someone, but now I have more than 8 characters, so I don't know. So up against these guys, we just want... I can tell you what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. I kind of shouldn't, but fuck it. I was thinking Rosaria, but Double Lightning just sounds really good. Yeah, it just sounds good. Just sounds great. A team of C6s. Let's go. A team of C6s. That sounds great. It's like, I could think... Or, hear me out, we just put all the C6s and lose. Oh no, what's this? Oh, I don't like this. Oh, they do, absolutely. Like, it's just, You just get so much damage, and then it's just damage while you're doing shield, while you're doing swirl. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, remember, like, always tell yourself this when you make a decision, you know, I'm no fool. Pretend you're watching yourself. What would you say if you made that call and you were the spectator? You know, you got to believe in yourself. And if you fuck up, well, we're going to believe new things. Normally I use Tartaglia for this because I use Chi-Chi. Like, this would literally be the team I would use with Tartaglia because then I can go and freeze them all with Chi-Chi, and that's really fun. But I do need fire, so... I wish I could change characters, but I can't. That did nothing! Oh, let's do the thing.
Burst forth.
Take it easy. Quietly now.
Oh, who's that? Oh, hello. You are scary.
Gotcha. Here comes the catch.
Oh, he's juggled? Oh, he got frozen. Yeah, they do. Yeah, like, I need to work on my Cleese build, but I was hyping that up, that synergy. You, like, pop it, you go, you build up that damage dealt, you switch out a C4, you get the big vape. It's kind of fun. I feels kind of slow at first, but she did some 23Ks and stuff on her normals. But it's fun, like, the synergy's there, absolutely.
Emerge right now.
Order guide you.
See, I did that wrong.
Nothing lasts forever.
I should have used, like, Raiden's 2 first. Can you just stop throwing Molotov cocktails?
Barbados, guide us. Emerge.
Shine down. Inazuma shines eternal.
That's enough. Oh, they're all dead.
Right here. Emerge. I'm always watching.
Ooh! That's Viridescent bumped the damage up to 50k. I saw it. It was like 40, 40, 50. It was like 454. That was good. That worked. More mastery? Really? I'm gonna sit up for this. Whew. What do we have? Defense. I don't want defense. Burst, restore HP. That's pretty cool and all. However. Okay, so we got through that. What's this? Oh, it's on the floor. Constellation thingy. What are you? Can that not happen?
Quietly now. Gotcha.
Oh, I wanted to switch. Wouldn't let me.
Things are about to get dicey.
Go.
Burst forth.
Quietly now.
Feel this ancient power.
Oh, what is this? I don't like that.
La la la.
Gotcha. Busted. Game's up. Fun's over.
Really?
Wait, he's alive? I can't allow that. Hit him. What, is he under the ground? Oh, he was like digging for something. Oh, I got him with the C4. I don't know what it did, but I got him. Okay. Can I have that energy? Gimme. Yeah, boy.
Right now. Right here. Emerge.
There is no escape.
I will have order.
Wind. Hear me. Right now.
No, no heal. Bad.
Illusion. Right here, right now.
What did that even do, lady? No mercy! Oh, fuck! She used no mercy on me. We did get a buff to mastery, so Yay was doing more damage. Defense. Defeating an opponent gives 50% chance to end the... No, I'm taking burst heal. Might as well.
Quietly now.
Life goes on.
Moment of birth.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
Oh, true.
This.
Gotcha.
No.
Witness my great undertaking.
Go.
Busted.
Dumpy, dumpy, go.
Game's up. Fun's over.
There we go. Oh, let's. Okay, so that was the last part of this floor. Cool. Give me that shield. Thank you.
Right here, right now, right here.
Order guide.
There's only one enemy? Weird.
A sight to behold.
Does that do no
Right
damage?
here, right now.
Barbados, guide us. Inazuma shines eternal.
This is order.
Right here. Right
She can
now,
get out of
right
this.
here.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Miko can break those cuffs. Alright, we're at 12. What's 12? Geo Bishop, Wappa Flopper, Ruin Guard, Ruin Grader. Okay, so it is different. Last time it was just flowers. This time there's Ruin Guards, Graders, okay. Frost Arm, Lava Trail, Ice, okay. Magu Kenki by himself, okay. And what? What is that? Why is it at the end? Oh, they learned. They learned their lesson. Because I remember last time I said, well, I'm not going to worry about the mechanical array. I'm going to finish everything else and come back to array when it was on the first floor. So now, or the first part. So now that it's at the last part, I have to kind of retry to make that perfect. Interesting. I see what you mean. Okay. And then there's Magu Kenki as well. So, I'm pretty sure Magu Kenki. I might just go with the same team too. Exactly, the mechanical array waste time. That's why for me, like when mechanical array was on the first part of the spiral a couple months back, I said I'm just gonna get through it. I don't care how long it takes me, so I can have a good team to deal with the rest of the run. And then I would have a team specifically designed for the array just to beat the crap out of the first floor. I did that last time. This time it's in reverse. So now I have to think, or my thought process is, what do I need to bring to just beat the crap out of mechanical array and Magu Kenki back to back? And they're both big time wasters. I'm not too worried about Primordial Bathismal Bishop. However, if it's the two of them, it's probably the two of them fighting together. I usually always have Zhongli for that fight because they just throw out a bunch of bullshit and his shield just eats it up. However, then there's the concept of mechanical array does a whole bunch of bullshit that I don't want to deal with either. So I don't know how this Spiral Abyss doesn't sell Yelan as far as I'm concerned. They're like, yeah, new Kaiju character, everything's ice, everything. Like, oh, it's kind of rough. I do think Thunder works very well on the second half. Like I might just go with the same team I had before, which is Yae Miko, Raiden, and Jean, but I might put Albedo just because it's Ruin Guards and stuff. I don't know what that is. That's some kind of Pokemon or a Digimon. I don't know what that is. But good for you. Because this is kind of a split DPS check as far as I'm concerned. We do need fire on team 1. There's a Geo Bishop, just regular Bishops, regular Crow Floppers, Whopper Floppers, whatever, that's fine. I would like fire for that. So, I'm probably going to need Klee on team 1. You think the combo is good enough to bring Klee Yelan again? Just for that first floor? You got a sub what? Jeez. Did you say Kokumi as a DPS? Ugh. Oh, that's awesome, Nine. That's amazing. That's fantastic. Well, it's just, I don't need, per se, thunder, or fire. Hey, King Reality, how you doing, bud? Like, it's just there's an Ice Lava Trail, a Cryo Slime, and an Ice Shield Wall Mid-Trail. Like, it's all ice. It's screaming, bring fire, or lightning. But the thing is, if I bring lightning, then I have to deal with these guys, who, one of them's lightning, one of them's ice. The first floor kind of just screams, bring fire. It kind of feels like I should bring fire. I mean, I can retry this floor as much as I want, you know. You're doing good. That's great to hear. I'm a little tired from today, but I had a big day today. Big day. A lot of fun. We were out playing Pokemon Go all the morning. They had a big event. We were driving around. Do I have Diluc built? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I just have him to have him, to be honest. I just got a constellation for him, C4, but he's not my big focus. If not use Klee, yeah, like I use Klee, to be honest. You know what? I'll just give it a shot. You know, I can have some faith. So I'm gonna I have to put Yelan first, because if I start with Klee, Widzith triggers as a waste. So, like, the Yelan Klee is, like, you do all your Yelan shit, and then you switch to Klee, trigger Widzith, and just do big vaporize, big damage stuff, especially if you get Elemental Mastery and all that good stuff. So, I'm going to try that with Zhongli to protect them, because if Klee gets interrupted, it's kind of over. Yeah, I mean, if Hu Tao had a different voice and appealed to my sensibilities, I would have her. But she doesn't. But I hear you, absolutely. Oh, I think Yelan Hu Tao is like the best. It's they synergize so well. You get Yelan C4, you just it's just so delicious. I have Zhongli's shield as a kind of healing device. I could bring another kind of, like, I usually bring Chi-Chi for this kind of stuff, like, as my second healer. Yeah, I kind of wished Kuki would have been with Yelan, but she wasn't. So, I don't know when I'm going to get a Kuki, to be honest. I'm at the point where I can only get 4... Like, there's only 2 characters I can get, and that's Diluc and Mona off of 50-50. Everyone else is maxed. So, and that just gets slower by the day. So for me, until they change Summoning Pool, I can't really go for anything that's not on a weapon banner, as far as I'm concerned, which is good for me. Oh, they got her? That's cool. No, I didn't know that. Cool. In Japanese or English? I didn't know that. I honestly didn't watch the. I could have like Rosaria. That'd be kind of cool. No, because they're all ice. Will be an Ito's rerun? Oh, the English one, okay. I'm trying to think what I can have here. I'm trying to think here, and I'm getting an idea. It's a very weird idea. I would if I was doing music the whole time, but if I play music now, it'll demonetize the video. So right now, I'm just gonna leave it as is. But I thank you for the suggestion. Frig, what do I want here? I'm thinking of putting in one of the electro. Like I wanted to put Raiden and Mei together, or Yay. But now I'm thinking like I have Sarah down here. That I could use to buff one of the two and split them up for electro coverage instead of running Chi-Chi. I mean, I'm putting a lot of big think into this, and I'm just gonna be like, oh, this is a horrible idea, in like 5 minutes. So, I don't know who's. I kind of also don't want to split them up because I gotta fight friggin' Magu Kenki. That's so stupid. I hate fighting him. Fuck. Bring a Hydro Healer. My Zhongli already heals. That's the whole point, is that I'm not grabbing Chi-Chi because his shield heals. Like, the thing about the Cryo is that floor 2 is all Cryo. I'm kind of thinking of Eula, because her Claymore will beat the shit out of shields too. I'll give it a shot, whatever. You know what? As we say in the business, fuck it. Okay. Ding, dong, bing, bong. We'll see if that works. I'll give it a shot. I've never had a... I usually always have a healer. This is weird. Hello? Max HP for everybody? Or crit rate, crit damage. Max HP, Yelan, Zhongli. And Jean gets a bonus out of that? Crit damage. We do need damage. Crit rate does help. I use Jean in every floor. Viridescent healer? Absolutely. I'm going to take the tried and true crit rate, crit damage. Are we ready to die? Absolutely.
I will have order.
Gotcha.
La la la. Pew.
Busted. Crush. Freeze to the core. I can.
Oh, where'd they go? What the hell was that? Why am I so strong?
Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
Oh, the water stopped.
Busted. Gotcha. Shudder.
What is this?
Guide you.
I mean, I know what this is, but...
an eye.
Huh? Yeah. Gotcha.
Oh, my burst's not up. Shit, I have no time.
Dumpty Dumpty Go! Oh,
Oh. I was thinking of things, but that's like, I'm not used to managing like 3 damaging characters. Like, I should have gone to Yelan, bursted, then went to, like, I'm not used to that shit. I should have went Yelan, then Eula, but I went Eula Yelan because I saw the trigger, the burst ready. Alright.
Emerge right now.
Burst forward.
There is no
Is the other one here? No, it's not.
Nothing lasts forever. Emerge right now.
What? I switched character. No. I wanted to finish him off with Albedo's burst.
Moment of burst.
Right here, right now. Emerge. Wait, hear me.
illusion shattered.
Okay, I guess we're hitting circle. Guess we're done because mechanics are bad. Anyway. I hate that. Hate that so much. It's like, hey, mash circle to kill someone. How about just leave the whole fucking abyss? Every time. I hate that. Hate it so much. Hello? We can have burst damage? Well, I seem to be a fan of burst damage. Okay.
Stabilize.
Quietly now.
This.
Changing character. Cannot switch. My favorite.
Gotcha.
Oh, I hate it.
Quietly now.
Order guide you.
Okay, where's all the melt?
Stabilize.
Busted. Quietly now. Here comes the catch. Freeze to the core.
Come on, Dice, do your thing. Oh, it wore off. Okay, bye. Come on, Dice, do your fuck. I did 100k with Klee. I'm happy. I remembered I saw that in a video once where Klee comes in, just debuffs, and leaves. I mean, when you're fighting when the timer's really close, you're just fighting for it. Like, especially if you're using a character like Raiden Shogun, where circle is your main tool, as opposed to like a burst or whatnot. But I hear you. It's to me, it's my biggest pet peeve in Genshin. I should make a video, my biggest pet peeve, and put clickbait all over it. Genshin and hashtag me hoyovers. Ho ho ho. Don't play their own game. XD. Absolutely.
Right here.
Who's this asshole? Oh, this one.
Right now. Emerge.
Can your shield thing happen?
Emerge.
Is he broke? No, now he is. Okay. Run away! Oh! Oh shit! I'm about to fucking put Zhongli on this team. Oh! That's a lot of damage. Fuck. Shit. Oh fuck. Oh no. Okay. Oh wow. Can I retry again? Everyone ran into me. It was very rude. Oh my fuck. I haven't been like one shot in like years. Holy shit. You see, I wish the leave button, I wish I could set leave to like touchpad, a button I'm never gonna press, or triangle. I'm never mashing triangle. That was absolutely some fuckery.
Gotcha. Quietly now.
That's crazy.
Crush.
Who are you?
Will be mine.
Where am I? I got caught in the air? That's crazy.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey.
Boing, boing, boing.
This is order.
Why don't you die? He's like not, all the bombs are behind him. Okay, so what did I learn? Just beat the fuck out of Bakugeki, I guess. Fuck.
Right now. Emerge. Right now.
Live.
Illusion shattered.
Go and splat.
Emerge.
Now you shall perish.
Oh! Fuck.
Barbados. Guide us. Right here. Right now. What a nuisance.
What the hell is this bullshit?
Come to be. Witness my great undertaking.
Right here. Emerge. A sight to behold. Right here. Right now. Emerge.
There is no escape. Torn to oblivion.
There, okay, mariachi band is down. Cool. Oh, that's what we should call the three marionettes, the mariachi band. Okay, cool. Alright. That was just a big oopsie on my part. It's just like, oh, what's this wind? Me who's always had Zhongli for every moment of his life. Oh, that's a lot of damage. I'm in danger. I'm just glad Raiden like soaked that. I didn't know where I had to run. I thought Albedo's circle was the damage. I'm like, oh, I gotta run, and I just, I guess you just burst when it comes, right? That's what you should do. For me, I get to have. I don't want to lower my defense. I don't want to die. 40% attack or damage, or healing. Healing would be nice. I'm gonna go into this. All my characters are gonna be half dead. Guaranteed. Character damage. Cool. Oh, they're alive? How'd you guys not dead? Okay. What's this? Wait.
Quietly.
Solidify.
Wait, what are these?
Here comes the catch.
Order guide you.
Boing, boing, boing.
Beg for mercy.
That's it? It's not the boss? I thought it was the duo swinging razzle dazzle, like the Dancing Brothers. What? I'll be honest with you. I never iframe anything unless I'm Klee or someone. Like I just never think of it. I am carried by Zhongli that I just never think of it. I did it like once or twice this whole run. That's about it. I thought that was the Dancing Brothers. Like, I just got so under. That was the easiest floor in this whole domain. Yeah. I was worried about that one. Oh well. Oh.
Right here.
Live.
Shine down.
Feel the ancient power.
Show them. Right now. Nothing lasts forever. That's quite enough.
Now you shall perish.
Burst forth.
I swear by my sword.
Moment of birth.
Right Right here. Emerge.
Is it taking it? Oh, I don't have a Zhongli. It has a hard iframe? I can't just kill it? What? Why does it have a hard iframe?
Coming to be.
What?
Right here. Emerge.
Bullshit. Get the fuck out of here.
Feel this ancient power.
Illusion shattered.
Wait, it moved? Oh my god.
Perish.
Oh shit. Where is it at? Which one is it? That one? This one?
Right now. Emerge.
Oh, that one.
A sight to behold.
Oh, fuck.
Live. Torn to oblivion.
Okay, cool. Fuck. I didn't know what it looked like. I'm like, is it this one? Is it that one? I don't know. And then like the Miko's spires hit the right one. I'm like, oh, okay, it's that one. Oh, Miko's turrets. One of us always lies and one of us always tells the truth. Yay, Miko lies. Her turrets tells the truth. Yeah. Like I was like, oh, do I have an opportunity? Can I kill him before the bullshit? And it's just like, no, I'm getting Ozda HUD. Fuck, imagine a level 100 Ozda in here. How much time that would waste? Holy shit. So what's going on? We're doing the we just did the Spiral Abyss. It is the end game content of the game. I wanted to use Yelan. She kind of performed really well. I experimented a little bit, brought Eula instead of Chi-Chi. Worked okay, but I don't think I needed Eula. She did do some really good damage. I got her burst to do some couple hits. But, you know, things worked out. Things worked out. They did. I think Rosaria might have been better on that team as opposed to Eula, just because of the constant freezing. Because remember that one? There was this one juggle early on where did you see? Like I was fighting the big ice lava trail guy, and I was using Yelan and Klee. And I don't know what happened. And Chi-Chi. I had Yelan, Klee, and Chi-Chi, and like probably Albedo on the team. And we managed to get the lava trail to like bounce. Like he got hit up in the air and he started bouncing on Klee's bombs, and Yelan's arrows kept hitting him. And then at one point I saw Chi-Chi's little R2 come and swipe him while he had Hydra on him, and he froze mid-air. Then he exploded. Like I was like, oh, that was such a cool convergence. That was such a cool exchange. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, actually. I enjoyed that interaction. Yeah, Yelan's definitely fun. I do think her best partner in the whole game is like Hu Tao and Zaluk, actually. Like if Klee had more attack speed, it'd be more prominent, but it's just like the characters that attack really fast, like spear characters like Hu Tao and Rosaria, they attack so fast. They get so many opportunities to proc all those arrows, her arrow dice. Whereas like Catalyst characters, while all their attacks are elemental and you're always getting reactions, which is why I like using Klee with her, it's kind of slow. Yanfei is kind of faster than Klee. I was trying her with Yanfei for a while, but I couldn't get my Yanfei to do anything. My Yanfei has like 500 elemental mastery, and I can't get a good vaporize out of her to save my life. Like, it's just like, I raised her all her talents up the other day. I was like, let's try with Yanfei. I have a C6 Yanfei, and I'm like doing all the attacks, then doing a charge attack, and it's like, you just vaped for 7,000, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't understand. Anyway. But Yelan's like, oh, they're on fire, blow them up. Well, we did it. Cool. Yeah, I imagine, yeah. Like, I got mine just a ton of, like I have, like, the crit damage, like, the crit, charge attack, 4-piece set with her, crap ton of, elemental mastery, because I wanted to try that with her. Like, I have 504 mastery, I got 46 crit rate, a little bit of crit damage, like 118, and I'm like, I think I got my talents up. Yeah, I got them to 9, 12, 12, like, I got everything as high as I could get it. She's using Dodeko Tails, which powers up charge attack. She has the 4-piece for charge attack with Catalyst. And I'm just like, I can't get the Vaporize to do anything. I'm just like, what the hell? What do you want, Venti? Oh, right, you exist. That's right, he was in my teapot for a long time. Oh, but that was a good run. I wasn't, like, I had, like, yeah, Venti exists.
Stabilize.
See, Venti is one of those characters I never wanted but got, and I pretty much just used him for exploration. And, like, to me, he just felt like at the beginning of the game, he was such a hard carry because everything was affected by his wind turbine. He swirled with everything. He brought everything together. You bundled them all up. You hit them with a meteor or a firebird or something with the big swirl bullshit. And I'm just like, he felt like such a... Now, nowadays, you can't pull half the samurais. You can't pull half the enemies. His burst is like, it works, but like, it doesn't have the suck. And he's kind of like more average nowadays. But at the start, I was just like, man, this guy is a hard, exactly. Makes the game too easy. Absolutely. And I want to like dance between those two areas of the game is piss easy. I win everything without trying. Everything carries me. Or balancing it between I want to use the characters I like, but I want them to be good. And I want to balance between those two things because if we go to the point where we are literally God and we one-shot everything without trying, and like, and this is mostly a single player game, like let's not try to stretch it. If procs with Ventis, oh cool. Like in Oni, like it's a team-based thing. Things are actually really fucking hard in that game. It has an end game. But in Genshin, it's more like solo play, exploration, Spiral Abyss. Spiral Abyss is completely optional. Like if like I kind of feel bad for people that go like to that edge of just like literally like just obliterating everything without trying and stuff, and they spend. I'll tell you right now, that is the most expensive coin you've ever flipped, and you just flipping it, and it's just heads. I win. Like, you know, it's a very expensive coin to flip. Just like, I just want to win. It's like, you just flip a coin, man. You win half the time. Like, there's definitely, there's like a hard, there's definitely a balance. Because I've seen people that just wail the heck out of this game, beat the whole game, and they're like, I have nothing to do. There's nothing to do. I played it so much, there's nothing to do. Why would I get more characters? My characters are so good. And they reach that point, this logical point in the game, unless they're like you just reach this logical point in like everyone's been to that point where it's like, hey, I want a new character, but then I got to get their ascension materials. I have to wait every week for their talents. I have to farm all this stuff. And the opposite side is, what if I don't get the character? You don't have to farm anything. Oh, really? Yeah, you can just use your res as much as you like. Oh, that's really liberating. And it's a double-edged sword, because if you don't get anything, if you don't get any new characters, well, there's nothing you have to do if you've already done it all with the ones you have. And then vice versa is like, well, if you do get all the characters, then you have all this stuff to do, but then you get so many characters, and it's like, you can't use them all. So I'm trying to just get the characters I like, and that's how I've been since, like, I feel like there are only 2 characters that I got, like, out of an apparent necessity to me, and they were Albedo and Ganyu was at the behest of YouTubers that, like, there was a YouTuber I trusted, and he said, you know, get a Ganyu, it doesn't matter the constellation, just get her arrows to +10, and she'll be as good as any constellation Ganyu. And I'm like, yep.
But where are those who share the memory?
Right, like, you're just farming to get stronger and stronger. And then that's going to reach a point where you're going to need like a new artifact set to come out that makes you farm to replace what you already have. Because I was trying to farm the opulent Husk of Opulent Dreams. I think that's the Geo one that was introduced with Ito and Albedo. That domain in Inazuma with the defense-oriented set that boosts your damage every 2 seconds. Like that Albedo and Ito set. But I can never get a good enough set of those artifacts to like improve upon my Albedo's damage. Like I just can't get them. I've tried and tried and tried. I've tried to use Spindle. Spindle for me is less consistent with Albedo. Where like there is a set that is objectively better, but it like, and I've seen it. Muriu has the opulent set on her Albedo. I think her Albedo's C4, mine's C3. And like she has the opulent set that came out good, and she has Spindle, and she outdamages my Albedo. And Albedo was like my passion project for like 6 months after I got him. Like I was always working on him. Like I want him to be really good. Like I got him doing like 24, 23, 20 something K every time his ability procs. And then I was like really focusing on him. And then, you know, you see like Spindle plus this set, and you could just get good rolls on it, and it's like it was outdoing what I was doing. Do I have Yunjin built? No. Partly because I don't like her as a character. I think she's level 20. If that. Yeah, she's level 20. I've had no desire to do anything to her. Because she buffs normal attacks? Yeah. I just don't know what to do with them. Like, I would start looking at, like, let's say Yunjin or some of these other characters, like Yunjin and Goro. I would start to look at them like if Spiral Abyss gets a third floor. If things actually get dicey and we have to, if they revamp Spiral Abyss, they say, hey, it's been 2 years, a 2-year anniversary. If they say, hey, it's been 2 years, we hope you guys have at least 16 characters, or not 16, but at least 12 characters, because you're going to start to need to make 3 teams for Spiral Abyss following floor 10. Like, that would make me have, that, like, that would be, I think that would be the healthiest thing for the meta game for Genshin, is to require us to not just have 2 teams and to like go on. Oh yeah, because she's a opera actress, opera master. I don't know. She acts in opera for sure. But I really think the Spiral Abyss, it needs to have that that third team, because like how many characters are we at now? A lot, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 times 5. We have 60 plus characters, and you only use 8 of them. And like if you wail at all for a character, chances are you have a selection of 4 stars, at least 3 4 stars, probably C4 or C3 plus, based on your luck and how much you wish and stuff. So like most people are going to have 4 stars just leveled up because they exist. Oh no, this is archive. So we have about 58 characters right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times. Am I just wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 47 characters in the game, and we only use 8 of them. Now, let's be fair, we're not going to use Amber, so maybe that's one character that most people aren't going to use. But, like, realistically speaking, like, I can't imagine many people that just don't have, at this point, Oh, that looks like a good comment that got cut off. I want to read it. Yeah, it has 40 characters and only less than half are viable. Right. Like characters are viable. Absolutely. Like the characters I use, I think they're all viable. There are a lot of characters I don't use. But like to say that 20 characters are viable is a fair statement. Let's go over it now. Yelan, absolutely viable. Ayato, I think, is viable. I don't really see much content about him, but I trust he's good. I've used him in a test dungeon. He goes water, 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 water. I think he's pretty good. Yamiko's absolutely viable. Shenhe's viable if you have another character. Yunjin's viable if you're using physical DPS. I imagine Ito's viable. Goro is dependent on your team comp. I never hear anything good about Toma. I mean, I know he does have a burst that does extra fire damage, that triggers vaporizations. He works with Tartaglia. I don't know if he works with Ayato in the same way. They are kind of buddies. I don't know where he stands. Ito pretty much needs Goro. Okay. Because I remember I would see like thumbnails like, oh, Ito's doing big dick damage. And like, I don't really know what that entailed. Were they using a Mona Burst? Were they using a Sucrose? Were they using... I mean, Sucrose wouldn't really help because you can't swirl Geo. But you know what I mean? Like, were they like Bennett, Mona, Ito, you know, and then like Kaidahara or something, you know? Were they just buffing the shit out of the character and then seeing what damage the character outputs? Because to me, if you need to do all that, the character's not viable. Like, if the character needs a buff to be good, they're not viable. Like, that's how I view it, anyway. Like, if, right, he does. But it's one of those things where Zhongli does not... Now, Zhongli is a bad argument for this because I think he's the number one most used character if people have him. Like, Zhongli is on every single Spiral team. Unless they're trying to prove a point or whatever. But anyone just seriously trying to go for 36 stars, best way they can, I think Zhongli's on every team. Pretty sure. Like, I don't think someone would purposely bench Zhongli. So he's a bad argument in this case. Kokomi, I don't think she's essential. Goro buffs Ito, Noel, and Albedo. They scale off it. Yeah. Usually it's Ito, Goro, either Albedo, and Zhongli. Oh, big comments. I hate that you guys give me big comments. I like that. But it's like PlayStation 5 just like, no, I'm not reading all that shit. It's so annoying. Usually it's Ito, Goro, either Albedo, Zhongli, and like Mona. And is like the most damage you'll get from Ito's charge attacks. This Abyss was easy enough that you didn't need Zhongli. That's good for you. That's great. I used him. I had put him on Team 1 this time on floor 12 because I thought I was fighting Bathismal Bishops. Like, I thought I was fighting the boss from Enkonomiya. I think it's Enkonomiya. I thought I was fighting the boss from there, and I'm like, oh, I hate that bullshit. I'm like, I really hate that, like, when they just, like, spin around and do all this lightning damage, I'm like, I've never fought them without Zhongli, so I don't want to do that. So I took Zhongli away from my Magu Kenki team to fight the array, and I did fine to fight Magu Kenki and the array, and I got through it. I got hit by wind at first and blew myself up. But Magu Kenki hit me. I'm like, oh, he does damage. I forgot about that. But yeah, I could see that. Like, definitely floor 12, you do not need him. Absolutely. No more Abyss guys. Yeah, like, I think we can... Like, this Abyss honestly confused me. I don't want to lose the topic we were talking about, but just in terms of this Abyss, like, last Abyss, it was the first time I did it, it was at, like, 12 o'clock, it was at 4 in the morning, and I'm like, I have 2 hours to do this, and I just blitzed through, not this abyss, but 2 abysses ago. It was the same one as last one, basically. And I just like, I said, I'm just doing it. I don't care the stars I get. I got like 35 stars and got through it. And I was like, man, I really wish I had like a second built Hydro DPS for this. And because I only had Tartaglia and the other, it was kind of a struggle. And then I did it again, same thing, just Tartaglia, but having the foresight, I was able to do it. Like, if I wasn't so pressed for time to beat the Spiral Abyss, I probably would have got 36 with like a second try. I don't doubt myself. Because I did. The next time I did it, I did get 36. But I feel like Yelan's delay, I feel like when Yelan was supposed to come out was during, and I think that's how it was, right? We had 3 weeks of delays. Yelan was supposed to show up for the Spiral Abyss with the 2 fire dudes, like the fire guy from Enkanomiya, the fire lector, Hector, whatever, Herald, Fire Herald. I don't know what their names are. You guys know who they are. But like we had that Spiral Abyss where you had the 2 fire lectors, and you have the one that had the 3 of them together. Like you needed a Hydro almost. You almost needed a Hydro the whole time, unless you just swirl them all together or whatever. Like, you know, it felt like it was made for that. And I know Ayato just came out before that, but I felt like Yelan, there was a delay for Yelan. So like doing this Abyss, I'm like, Yelan's not going to do anything to this Abyss. Normally the Abysses are made with the express incentive to get the new character to help beat it. Like when Kokomi came out, right after Kokomi comes out, they start introducing corrosion to the Spiral Abyss, and it's like, oh fuck, we need a big healer. Like if you were someone that doesn't have, you know, Jean or Chi-Chi or an invested, an invested healer essentially, Kokomi kind of stands out as like, hey, I can heal the fuck out of your team from this corrosion. You should buy Kokomi. You know, they usually try to do that, and I feel like this, I feel the delay because this Spiral Abyss feels like a big missed high five. I'm like, oh, I'm going to use Yelan. She's going to be really good. We're going to beat all those fire guys. All the fire guys are gone. I'm like using her just because I want to. She wasn't necessary for anything. Hydro wasn't necessary for the entire run. It wasn't important. Like the enemies had ice shields. The enemies had rock shields. The enemies had thunder shields. Like, yeah, we did some fun stuff with Klee and Yelan. Like, it's fine. It worked. But, like, she wasn't, usually they're tailor-made to benefit like the newest character, and I just used her because I wanted to use her, but it didn't quite come that way. So I think like things are going to be off for a little bit, unless like that's if Spiral Abyss is like pre-made up to a certain point and they just insert it whenever. But it kind of feels like things are not in sync anymore. Because if Yelan would have came out, yeah, whale bait, absolutely. Which is so dumb, because if your express point, I'll say this a million times, if your main point of getting a character, especially multiple constellations of a character, is to curb stomp Spiral Abyss, you need a wake-up call. Why are you going to spend... And if you do this once, sure, whatever, you can use them as an investment. But if you do this every single time with the express purpose of beating Spiral Abyss, you're like dropping like $200 to $400, assuming you don't pass any 50-50s, because that's my life. $200 to $400 to get one character so that you can get like $15 worth of primos, like in the whole month. It's like, this is not a good profit margin. Like that's like bringing a rocket launcher to a duck hunt, you know? It's like, you know, you could just buy a duck at the store for like $15, right? No, I have to get anyway. Point aside, yeah, like I will say this Spiral Abyss felt pretty easy. Like once I looked at all of it, the mechanical array, once I found out it wasn't the 2 bosses from Enkanomiya, because I was building my team in preparation for the 2 Enkanomiya bosses, like the 2 bishops that dance and go around and do all the attacks. Like I built Team 1 just for that. Oh, you got the MiHoYo verse sign of approval, Scythe. Like I had built my whole team in anticipation of that fight, but it was just like a regular bishop, 2 bishops level 100. Like, what is that? We went from like 2 heralds to like 2 muscle duck lizards. Like, what happened? And then it's just a mechanical array, and I just bring all this lightning and just swirl the lightning and just yay ride in it. Bzz, 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 bzz. Like the whole second floor was just susceptible to thunder, except for Magu Kenki. Magu Kenki, like if you just don't know what you're doing, like that sucks. He's a big time waster. Yeah. But anyway, so let's just continue on the little conversation we were having about like a character's viability, like because we basically made the claim that like only really half the characters are viable today. And we're just trying to see like who's viable, who needs like a hard carry support to make them work. Because like let's say for example we have Ito, but in order to make Ito work, you need Ito, Goro, Zhongli, or Albedo. Oh, absolutely, because they're fuck them guys, fuck Hornets. You get a flamethrower for that. You put the gasoline on it first, absolutely. But like if a character needs support to be good, not to say that it's not a good idea, but if a character needs support to be good, or if a character needs like a certain constellation to be good, like that's just not viable in my eyes, because there are characters that don't need any of that to be good, and more constellations is just icing on the cake. And when your team slots are so limited, like if you're spending 2 to 3 slots on making one character viable, like what are you doing? Wouldn't you rather just have 4 viable characters that work together? Four leaders, not Anyway, so that's just the phrasing. So let's just quickly go through it. Raiden Shogun, absolutely viable, really good character. Sarah is just there to power up another character. By herself, she's not viable. If you just had Sarah and nothing else, you're not using her. Alloy, no. Yoimiya, I don't hear anything about her. I know people have her. I don't think she's essential. I don't really know how she works. I know she you do something and then her arrows start getting more fire. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about her. Sayu does things, but she heavily relies on her teammates to do anything. Right. Yoimiya can do good if you pair her with... Right. If you had Fischl, Zinsho, Yelan, Miko. Correct. She can do really good. And that's one of those things where if paired with this, then they're super viable. Ayaka, I think Ayaka's really good. I see people use her all the time. They love using her. Her burst is very strong. I think that's viable. He is considered one of the best supports in the entire game. Absolutely viable. Eula has some of the highest hitting damage in the game. Viable. Yanfei's okay. She doesn't really need anyone else to do anything. She's not bad. If you didn't have Klee and you had Yanfei, you're not missing out on anything. I think she's kind of in the same camp as Yoimiya, but I don't know how much of a hard carry she is. I think Rosaria is viable, and I'm completely biased on it, but just wait till they power creep Kazuha. I mean, at the same time, even if they power creep everything, they're gonna need a reason to power creep everything. Otherwise, people, and if power creep persists, the thing is, with a game that gets power creep and you have a vast majority of free-to-play players, it encourages biding your time, storing your primos, storing your resources, your fragiles. What? Are you kidding me? Man, my Rosaria is my best attacker. What? Man, I don't know how I feel about that. Rosaria buffs crit, she teleports, you do damage, fast attacks. I mean, yeah, her reactions are good. I think her spear is really good, like for the cryo melees. Anyway, Hu Tao incredibly viable. Um, in my opinion, just give her a shield. You're good to go. Pair her up with like a Hydro character like Jinsho, Yelan, fantastic. Yeah, well, I think she's underrated. I love her. Like the reason why usage, and that's a great point, is that like there are usage statistics. You can go to like the Honey Genshin thing and look at what people submit, but that's only those who submit usage data and stuff. It's not Genshin's actual data. Like it would skew actually. I would love to see a quarter, like every month. I would love to see Genshin post the average usage rates on the Spiral Abyss, like a universal data dump. I would love to see that after a Spiral Abyss, to see what was used, to see that data for us. Yeah, like I think you can use Zhao in Spiral, but it's just losing health on your own. I don't think it's a good idea. That's why I avoid characters that do that. Um, yeah, oh yeah, Rosaria's burst is fantastic. Fantastic. Like you throw one of those down, you swirl it, you do that beside I'm a fan of freeze comps as much as they're not damage, but they are crowd control. Like I've yet to actually try Yelan Rosaria as much as I want to, just because I'm trying to do like vaporize and stuff, see what that feels like. But I think Yelan Rosaria is really fun. I think that's just like it just makes sense. Your damage is going up. Rosaria attacks really fast. You just water, 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 water. Freeze, 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 freeze. You know, stuff like that. Shenhe does what Rosaria does, but without giving crit rate. Right. So, like in terms, yes. Yeah, she does, and she does get that physical reduction. She does need the C6. In my point of view, though, I think that, in my opinion, I think a 4-star, you're kind of expected to get them C6. Like in any endgame perspective, I feel like a 4-star is meant to be like, I feel like when they make a 4-star character, they make the character and then they take away elements of that character and give it to them as constellations, so that when you see 6 a 4-star, you have them as they're intended to be in their full force. Because there are some characters that just have mechanics and it's like, well, why is this whole constellation, this whole ass constellation, a mechanic? Oh yeah, C6 Sarah, absolutely, it makes the character. Ningguang, C6 Ningguang, it makes your burst go from, this is a hit to, oh fuck, they're getting juggled and beat the shit up. Like, that's, like, I don't know about MiHoYo's process for making 4-stars, but that's how I feel about it, looking at them, using them. I feel like, 4-star characters have their kit built, and then MiHoYo just takes things away and then gives it back in the form of constellations. Apart from talent levels and, apart from C3 and C5. Like C1, 2, 4, and 6. I think they're all supposed to be part of a 4-stars kit. Because if you look at a 4-star, it's like, yeah, this stuff makes sense. They need that stuff. C3 Ningguang since day one. Yeah. Like, I feel like there's a lot of those little constellations for C4s, or 4-stars, that they should be there. And then 5-stars shouldn't need a constellation at all to be good. They just need constellations. They don't need them, but if you get them, it makes them better. Like, to me, like, if a 5-star needs a constellation to be good, especially Tartaglia, who needs, like, in my opinion, I think Tartaglia needs C6 to be consistent, because if you stay in his R2 too long, like, the cooldown on his elemental skill is just so long if you use it for any length of time. Like, if you were to use it with, like, let's say the full duration of Toma, by the time that burst is over, you have, like, probably, I want to say 10 to 15 seconds of downtime on Tartaglia's skill. And you can't, like, he falls into that sub-DPS category, but it takes up a slot to just come in. Like, I'd rather have a sub-burst DPS than, someone who wants to be in the field and damaging, but his cooldown is just so damn long. But then you get that C6, and it's like, oh, problem gone. Like, oh, fantastic, this character is perfectly usable. Like, I feel like Constellation shouldn't make a character, oh, they're usable, to, oh, he's so good if he gets this. Like, he's just so much better. Like, you know what I mean? We've got a couple of comments. Let me look at those real quick. Wow. One of the teams you're trying is Yelan, Rosaria, and Jean. Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds fantastic. That sounds... I would use that team. Yeah. Like, as a main team, I wouldn't, because I'd have Zhongli on it. But, yeah. I think Yelan and Miko work fantastic. Yelan and Rosaria work fantastic. Ye and Rosaria work fantastic. Like, it all works. Absolutely. And Jean giving you heals is fantastic, too. Like, in a spiral perspective, that's a great team. And what you're saying, mainly because the banner she's on, I don't need the character. I think she was on one banner that I rolled on, only got one copy out of like 70 pulls. Right, and you can't, like, you don't want to get, like, that many pulls to get a character. Like, you want to, like, go for the 5-star, get the characters along the way, or go for the 4 stars and get 5 stars along the way. Like, one of the two things, you know? RR Impact? Cool. And Shinobu? Yeah, I mean, Shinobu's cool. For sure. Is Ganyu viable? Absolutely. I think Albedo's viable. He gives you shields, he gives you extra damage. Is he essential? No. I don't think he's a bad character per se. Diona has more utility than Kokomi? Oh, fuck. Everyone's better than Kokomi. Everybody's better than Kokomi. Holy shit. Oh yeah, a lot of people use Diona. I personally don't use Diona, but like the fact that you get, I think we brought this up last time, is that Diona grants, she's a cryo shielder, so you get cryo reactions, you get heals, you get melt, you get freezing, you get all these different combinations, you get healing, you get shields, as I said. Like, she does like the 3 things you want a character to do. In that regard, yeah, I think she would outpace Kokomi, absolutely. Like, she's definitely viable. I've seen so many videos or clips where they use Diona. Yeah, Diona is completely viable. Lolly's. Zhongli, absolutely viable. Xinyan, probably not. You know? Right. Like, she just does a lot of stuff. Yeah, for sure. Tartaglia. I think Tartaglia is viable, but only at C6. And that's my biased opinion. Now, based on how we're talking about this, like, yeah, it's like, well, but what if you use Bennett and then you use Sucrose and then you use Mona and then you use his burst? Isn't he viable then? And it's like, at that point, why don't you use someone more viable than him? Anyway, like, if that argument ever comes up, that it's like, well, this character's viable if you use this comp, it's like, well, then why do that to yourself? Why not just use someone better? If you have access to them. My personal opinion, I think Tartaglia is good. It's just you need Constellation to make them work. Yep, she does. Shenhe is really good like that. Yeah. Like the way you said you were using Rosaria for cryo, and then if you're using Shenhe for cryo, yeah, they do the same thing. You're going to get all your reactions. You're going to create an AoE that constantly triggers cryo. You're going to get attack buff. You're going to get normal attack buff, charge attack buff, cryo buff, all that stuff. Absolutely. So in the regard of using Rosaria for her cryo instead of her physical, yeah, they're very interchangeable. Because like I've tried to build Shenhe to just have a lot of attack, and I find she can't do. I've never actually tried a physical DPS Shenhe, but that's a big comment. Where did that go? Right. Exactly, and that's the point. I mean, like, if let's say for example, someone comes to me and they say, you know, uh, how like how can I build Tartaglia? And I tell them, now not that I make guides or anything, but like, see, that's the thing. Any constellations you need for a character, right? Now people don't like that reaction thing. I've heard Tectone talk about that. Like they want to be able to turn off C4. For me, I find he just plays fantastically at C6 with the reset. But yeah, like if you're trying to time because if you Riptide and then you do your burst and then you'd come in to try to do a big pyro to capitalize on it, but then Riptide procs and does 400 damage or whatever the fuck. Then it's like, well, your big vape does like 7,000 and you move on, you know. But yeah, for sure. Diona, viable. I think Klee on her own's not viable. Like, I'm using her as a pyro character, but like I used her today with Yelan and she did really good, but that's with Yelan. That's with this. And I also understand the argument of, well, you always have multiple characters, so why knock it? But it's like, it's just, I don't get it. Like, because you're not praising Klee, you're praising Jinsho and Yelan. Because you can just take those characters and use them with someone else. Yes, Klee's very, like, Klee needs an attack speed bonus, honestly. Like, if Klee were to get a rework, she would need to, like, throw, like, 3 bombs at a time. If Klee could just throw, like, 3 bombs, Yeah, I have a lot of, is that recharge an attack? Yeah, like, and my Shenhog does, like, she can do decent if I hold her R2 and stuff like that. Yeah. I haven't used Shenhua in a long time, to be honest. Like, I find the only time I use her is when I'm using Ganyu. And even that, like, I don't need it. It's just so extra. But, like, at one point, like, I wanted her because of her looks, and I wanted her because I wanted her, but I haven't felt that I need to use her. Absolutely. So then, Venti. Is Venti viable? Absolutely. I'm not going to question that one way or the other. He depends on his matchup. Like, if you look forward and it's like, oh, well, I'm fighting Geo Bishops and I'm fighting Magu Kenki and, I can't really pull them around, you just pick and choose your battles. Jeez, these are long comments. I gotta look at my phone, not screen. Yeah, I really think Klee's C4, like the big explosion, should just happen it should work like Eula. Honest to God, Klee should work like Eula, like the more bombs you do or whatever. It should be when you switch out or when the burst ends, it triggers. The fact that it only triggers on switch out defeats the whole point of ever co-oping with Klee, ever. Because if you're in a 3-man or 4-man co-op, you lose access to Widzith, you lose access to Tail of the Dragon Slayers or whatever, you lose access to that as well. Yes, exactly. They should reword that to when burst ends or upon switch out, just like Eula. But no, she was made in like the second update. They weren't thinking that far, and they won't go back and like update stuff. Anyway, Kaching, no. Mona, yeah. Chi-Chi's like, how I view it is if you have, like, she's a support character. So she's a healer. If you don't have any other healer, you use her. And it doesn't. No, you're right. It doesn't hit hard for a constellation. Cleese C4, like the only way it hits hard is if you like get them wet first and then switch out. Like it requires a conditional. It requires a big conditional. Whereas today, like I did 130 with it. I got them wet with Yelan and then I bursted and then I just switched out immediately. I think. I don't know how I did it. But I did like 100 and some K with it. Like it was good. That's good damage to me. But is Diluc viable? Sometimes. I think that's a good answer. Sometimes. Like Diluc is like if you don't have anyone better, he's viable. And I think Chi-Chi's kind of in the same way. Like if you don't have a better healer, she's viable. But like at the same time, for me, I use her a lot because I like freeze shenanigans with Tartaglia. Like I like using her with other stuff. Like she's an accessory character, let's call it that. And for me with C6, I'm like, if my character dies, I'm gonna hit triangle. You know, I like that appeal. I do like that. I've used it many Spiral Abysses just to get through them. Like, oh, someone died. Okay, revive the whole team and go from there. Like, but that's factoring in constellations. So like, Chi-Chi without constellations is like one of those, do you have anyone better? Yes or no? And then, yeah, I think her viability depends on constellations, to be honest. Like, yeah, Diluc got power creep. Absolutely. Like, he was once the best character in this entire game. Yeah, right. And that's a huge conditional. Because, like, let's say, for example, somebody has, like, because, yeah, Yoimiya and Yelan would work perfectly together. Because, like, they're both archers. It makes sense. It works. You make all your arrows fire. It's the same thing I was doing with Klee, but it's just better. It's just better. Absolutely. Yeah. Like, that synergy works. But it's one of those things where it's like, well, I have Yelan, but no Yoimiya. Or I have Yoimiya, no Yelan. You know? It's like, there's a lot of those issues in Genshin, I find. I'm going to give you a hard yes. I think Jean's always viable. Absolutely. A healer that, like, I just put her on every team. A healer that can do, like, decent burst damage and, like, heals your team, gives you a big ring, swirls everybody, combos. Yeah, Zincho works as well, yeah. Yeah, I think Jean is like, I'm going to make it. She's like a fine dandelion wine. She just gets better with age. Like, Jean, people kind of, I notice in some videos and stuff, people kind of like, oh, fuck, I got Jean. Oh, shit, I got Jean. But, like, Jean is, like, a good healer. And she's a good wind healer. Exactly. Yup. Yeah. Yeah, I when I got my C6 Jean on Monday, was that Monday night, Sunday night? Monday or Tuesday night, I think. On June 1st, I got my C6 Jean. I was so happy. When I got C2 Jean, I was the happiest I've ever been. Yes, Jean attacks and they get healed. Yeah, like you have that vampire effect. Like it's a minor effect. I mean, she can suspend people in the air with her charge attack. You can suck people up and get big fall damage out of it. That is percentage based. It's percentage based damage. If she can lift you and nothing else breaks their fall, they're going to take big damage. Fun fact, if you do the lift on a low health, like if you ever fight the Electro Sisson Mage or the Sisson Mages in general, they will reach a point where like your next hit on them, they will teleport out of and are immune to. And I've been able to get them to that point, lift them up with Jean, yeet them in the air, and then when they come down to take fall damage, they just go blink and they teleport out and they don't take damage. And I'm like, that doesn't make... They like pulled a substitution jutsu on me. And I'm like, that's bullshit. I hurled them into the air. Like, what the fuck? There was a character that heals on the damage you deal. Wait, did you just say that? Well, do I have a character for you? Chi-Chi does that. Chi-Chi actually heals too much. So, Chi-Chi has the swirling heals that heal around the team based on her attack. But if she puts a talisman on the character, if Chi-Chi puts a talisman on the character, that is exactly what happens. Right. So she puts the fortune preserving talisman on them for 6 seconds. No, you don't have her quite yet. No, but that character exists. I don't know where it says if it does that or not, but basically, if they get that talisman healing symbol on a character and you hit them, you just like gain some percentage of that damage back as health, actually. Like that's what Chi-Chi's big healing is. Like yeah, that's what it is. Like sometimes like I will like have her with like Eula or something to get cryo resonance, and then they get a talisman on them, and I'm just like, okay, burst, and it's just full health. Like, it's just really cool. Like, sometimes I'll just hit stuff, put a talisman, switch into a character, and then they get to heal up as they hit. Like, that does exist, but it's only on Chi-Chi, and it's not in immediate recovery. Like, Jean has, like, immediate burst. Like, she's just super Barbara. Is Sucrose viable? Absolutely. She's dependent on other characters. Chan Yun at one point was regarded incredibly high as like one of the best characters in the game. His burst does do good damage, and he gives you crowd to everything. You've always wanted Chi-Chi? Well, you'll get her eventually, trust me. I think Chun Yun is viable, but I don't know if anyone uses him anymore. Because, like, Sucrose is more reaction-based compared to Kazuha, who can work with mono. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's actually right. So now we're in the 4-star territory, more or less. Like, and for a lot of 4 stars, it's almost like, is this character viable? Yes, but there's someone who does the job better. Where you kind of get into like the Pokemon kind of like tiers. Like, yes, this guy is good, but there's someone that does the exact job that's better. Yes, because you turn all the attacks into cryo. Like, he could do that for Shenhe, he could do that for Rosaria, he can do that for... I've also seen a Chanyun Diluc, where, like, you get, like, Diluc's weapon to turn to ice, and then you attack, and then you R2, and then you attack, and then you R2, and then you attack, and then you R2. And it's just like melt, 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 melt. Like it's a little niche thing you can do, but he's kind of an accessory character in that regard. Like I've heard of people doing things like that. Yes, Cryo Eula, exactly, another one. I mean, yeah, I mean if you're forego burst damage, yeah, for sure. I think Noelle's viable, yeah. Noelle's good. She's a defensive. She's a shield. She gives a shield to your whole team, which is something that some characters don't do. Hey, Ronan. How you doing? How's the farming? Pretty good. I just beat the Spiral Abyss. Now we're talking about, like, if characters are viable or not. I think Noelle's viable, but there are other characters that do her job better, like Zhongli, for example. Diona, for example. She can be like a clutch burst DPS. You bring her in and she's invested enough. I think she's okay, but there's just someone who does her job better. Yeah, exactly. And that's like that's why exactly Ito works the same way. That's right. She can work, it's just there's a better option. Exactly. Like Diluc could work, but Hu Tao, you know. That's why I feel like Noelle's supposed to have C6. Like all the 4 stars, I assume they're at C6 unless they're Bennett. Unless you're a Giga Chad and you have C6 Bennett, then you win. You beat Genshin. Is Bennett viable? Yes.
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
She's still the best 4-star hyper carry? Right. Hey Zork time, how you doing? Or Sork? Sork time? I think I called you Zork. Yeah, like She does really good. Like I remember using her. Like I have mine with the Geo Claymore thing, the 5-star Geo Claymore. Yeah, like I don't know if she still runs Bolid or if she does the new Edo set, the Husk. I don't know what her best set is now. I remember her. She was good with Bolid. She was good with Geo. She was good with like Geo Noblesse. I don't even know if Noblesse works because it's not burst damage. It's just damage. But anyway, like Unforged, yeah, I have the Unforged on Noelle. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, that's right. Because there's the Red Horn as well. Husk would be the best. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Where like this is what prompted this whole conversation was that like I've seen people get like the Spindle Sword and the Husk set with Albedo, and they like do better than my Albedo. And I'm like, and I still use Albedo with the 3-star sword. I don't know what it's called. Can't think of it off the top of my head. You know what it is. And I just can't get I just can't get the I can't get good Husk of Dreams ever. Yeah, White Blind. Yeah, White Blind's a good option too. Yeah, and that's a free option you get every other week or whatever. Well, listen to me. You have to get some Claymore prototypes, are they called now? BAs? I don't remember. I don't know what they're called right now. They've gone through a couple name changes. But yeah, Noelle definitely works. And it comes down to like, is this character viable? Yes. And then the flowchart. Is there someone who does their exact job better? Yes. Okay, therefore use the other one. Like that totally exists. Like, is Fischl fantastic? Yes. If you have Yae Miko, I don't want her to talk. She's going to talk forever. But I got Yae Miko invested in her, and I'm just like, I don't want to use Fischl anymore. Because it's just like, if I needed like two characters to function the same way, I would put them on opposite teams. I would balance them out that way. I think Fischl's absolutely viable. It's just I think Yae Miko does her job better as like a supporting thing. Right, like I've yet to get a good Husk set that I just can't get together. Right, and Ningguang, I think Ningguang's viable. I invested in my Ningguang. I got her special weapon. I got her good artifact. Well, I try to. My artifacts are actually subpar on her, but I enjoy using the heck out of her. Right now, I don't think there is a character that does her exact job better. I remember when we had to fight the Golden Wolf in Spiral, I brought Ningguang to do that. Because she's unique. She is still, I think, one of the most unique. She still has her own flavor in this game. And I think she was supposed to be like a 5-star, and then they're like, oh, well, we don't have any like Geo 4-stars, so they're like, let's make a Geo 4-star. I'm under the belief that at one point Ningguang was a 5-star, and then they demoted her in original planning, because she's such an important character to the story. Like, Ningguang is a 4-star, but she's like the Tianxuan. She's the leader of like Li Wei, and like you have her subordinates, Keqing and Ganyu, that are 5-stars. I think she was, yeah, she was meant to be a 5-star character. So like she still has that unique niche that no other character kind of fills that spot. I think she's really good. I think she's definitely viable. You get more Mora when you open chests. I mean, I do like her ability to find rocks. Like, it's really nice, but eventually you run out of chests. Like, it wouldn't be... I could see her, like, because she shows you where rocks are on the map. I could see her having an effect, like, she shows you where the rocks are on the map, and breaking rocks gets you Mora. Like, that would just be really in character for her, because she turns rocks into Mora, let's say. Is Zincho viable? Yes. I think Beto's okay. She is a good, like, honestly, I feel like she's at a good support point right now. She keeps talking. I don't think she's like essential. She can do good, okay. Like she's one of the only counter characters in the game. Yeah, like she's underrated. 'Cause like I've used Beto with like Tartaglia, and that's like the funnest shit ever. Like I really enjoy that. Um, like I've used her with Tartaglia, made reactions. I had really a lot of fun with her. Oh my god, why do you keep talking? Aaron Evers. Is she Aaron Evers? No, that's she's Allegra Clark. Oh, that's she's in Fire Emblem. Yeah. Like she's good, but like I would bench her 100% of the time to use like Raiden Shogun. Beto and Ayato? Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Because every time you attack, it's like boom, 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 boom. Because if Ayato's like circle button is considered regular attack, then yeah, together they work. Like, and that's to that one point. Yes, Eula and the Shogun is very fun. Yeah,
I'm always ready.
because it increases burst damage. You attack all the time. Correct. Like they synergize. Like, and I think that's one of those things where this character is viable in a certain team. And that's fine too. And if you're getting 36 stars and you're doing what you're doing, absolutely. Congratulations. You're making something work. That's fine. Yes, I remember that. Like they wouldn't trigger off each other. I remember that. There was this big hullabaloo about that. Yeah. I feel like she's a conditional viability.
If you ever want to trade
Yeah, I remember because they said like in the beta they worked together, then they messed it up. Zhongling was viable. People use her all the time. You use her with some Hydro characters, some Electric characters, whatever you want. You see her all the time. Great character. Razor used to be like one of the best physical mains, eh? Beto used the Red Horn's a great weapon. I wanted to go for Red Horn just as a weapon, and then I opted not to. I'm really impressed that you know all the terminologies, Scythe. I've heard of them, but I don't care enough to know. I remember Razor was like a big, strong main DPS, main physical DPS at like early launch. I don't hear anything about him like ever anymore. And I think it's just because maybe somebody does his job better. And Electro's not that strong of an element, let's say, unless you're doing like cryo, electro, physical defense shred, things like that. Like him and Rosario can work, him and Shenhe, things like that. Yes, Eula would have replaced him, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it's it's definitely like a replacement thing where someone just comes out that does the job better. Barbara was useful when there was a very limited number of healers in the game and everyone had a Barbara, therefore they would use her. But then as like, Diona comes out, Sayu comes out, if you get a Jean, you know, Kokomi as well, that's right. Like there's just better options. Yeah, her C6 is useful, same as Chi-Chi. Yeah. The free yes, because you make yourself wet, yeah. Then we have the Mondstadt trio. Yeah, her outfit does look nice, for sure. Then we have Lisa, Kaya, Amber. I feel like Lisa's good to like I feel like Lisa doesn't get used. I think these characters don't see a lot of play because not many sane individuals will roll the blue unit. Like, they're the hard, apart from Star Glitter from the exchange shop, they're the hardest characters to get in the game. Amber, Kaya, and Lisa. They're the hardest 3 characters to get because they don't show up on regular banner. You can only get them from Blue Wishes or from the exchange shop once a month if they're there and if you think they're worth your resources. Yeah. I kind of wish Amber's burst was longer. I find I use it and it's just over. But at the same time, if someone has Yoimiya, they're going to use them over Amber 9 out of 10 times. Kaya's burst is pretty cool. You see it a lot in the test dungeon and stuff. Personally, I prefer Chi-Chi to him because Chi-Chi heals and does that freeze thingy. Lisa, I think Lisa has a lot of utility. Her burst is really fun. It can juggle enemies. If you put them in the air, you constantly get, shred and all that stuff. Yes, that's right. If Amber's burst would have been like Ganyu's, a fire version, it would have been out of this world. Like, I think the main difference between Amber's and Ganyu's is that Ganyu is a slow, rhythmic rain of arrows, where Amber's is like, hey, look, there's a guy. Okay, it's done. Like, it's just a quick burst and you're out. It's a burst essentially, but like Ganyu's is like you can like time your attacks. You have a long uptime with it. The energy recharge is low. It covers a wide area. It targets things a little bit, and you can really play around with it. Yeah, it is. It is very huge. Yeah. I think of the 3, Lisa's probably the most viable. But, like, for a lot of these 4 stars, it's a lot of conditional. Like, do you have X character to make these work? Yes? Okay, cool, we'll go for it. Do you not have character to make this work? No. Okay, then don't touch them. And then, that's how I view a lot of things, is like, does a character need another character to work? Yes, no. If no, if yes, great. My whole team should be 8 characters that don't need someone else to work. And then if those 8 characters benefit from being on a team with other of those 8 characters, or 10 or whatever, fantastic. That's how I want to look at things. But at the same time, it's not to devalue and say, well, these characters aren't bad. It's just, if you set them up correctly and you think of this one succinct strategy that's going to work and it's very synergistic and it functions, go for it. But that's more of a, let's say, at that point, your character choice becomes a direct result of the meta for those characters and what you're fighting. Yeah, that makes sense, because you're constantly melt, swirl, melt, swirl, blah, 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 blah. And it can work. Absolutely. Like, for me, I like the characters that work unconditionally. Like, I think Yelan works unconditionally. Yae Miko works unconditionally. Shenhe's hot, but she's kind of a conditional character. She needs someone else to be with her. Yunjin conditional. I think Raiden Shogun's an unconditional character. Rosaria's unconditional. Eula's unconditional. Ayaka's unconditional. Kaidahara works with everybody, so he's unconditional. Ganyu just exists, she's unconditional. Zhao is unconditional as well. He just comes in, does his shit. Hu Tao, unconditional, comes in, does their stuff. They're viable on their own. Zhongli, same thing. Albedo, in a sense. Like, the big problem with Albedo nowadays is that if a big enemy just walks on his flower, it just dies. Like, that I don't like. I don't like that about it. I wish there was some more intangibility to it, like it doesn't just get erased, because that's annoying. Like, I kind of wish it just floated a little bit so it doesn't just get run over by an uneven platform or whatever. Yeah, Venti's kind of an unconditional character. Mona's, let's say, unconditional. Chi-Chi just works better with others. Tartaglia, I believe, is conditional. But like those are kind of the characters. Eula as well. I forgot to mention her, but Eula definitely works. You just put them on a team, they work. Ayato, I'm pretty sure you put him on a team, he works. Like those are the kind of characters I'm drawn to. Is just the ones that they function. They don't need anyone else. If you have someone else, then it just makes it better. Like, you know, if you find synergy between these just valid characters, you know, it works. Yeah. Like when I was fighting the mechanical array earlier, I've learned to always drop my flower a little bit to the left. Like, you don't drop it on the target, although that does do damage. I've learned to, like, you know, space it a little bit of ways. But sometimes you, like, put it a little bit of ways, and then, like, a big Laucho just runs and it's dead. And it's just like, why? Why? Why did this happen? But yeah, that was fun. Fun little exercise.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Leo.
I like how that dimmed his voice. It didn't just shut it off. Jeez. How long has this stream been? 2 hours? Wow. Did a lot of talking. What's this? Hey, Roblox. Welcome back. You were here the other day. How you doing?
There will definitely be something that catches your eye. Add Astra.
Oh, there's nothing for me to get. Big sad. Ugh. Oh yeah, I mentioned this earlier. I went back I tried a lot of the bows, and I found the stringless just outperformed them. Like, I don't know about her event-only weapon, if it outperforms the stringless or not, but I had the most results with stringless. Like, I just tried what I had, Polar Star, Skyward Harp, etc., etc. And I tried stringless, and stringless just, that 48% skill and burst is just, you can't fight with that. Like, the attack doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm missing out on crit because of, like, the weapon swap, but I did some playing around, and I find the stringless to be, like, the best if you don't have her own 5-star, and I don't know about the event one. But out of everything I had, the stringless just performed the best. You're still wondering if Elegy would outperform Aqua in a vape comp? Interesting. You don't have a bow? Jeez. Jeez. I moved my phone 2 inches, and these comments are so big they're not showing up. The Aqua will not be outperformed? No, I don't imagine it would be. Like, the Aqua just gives you, like, 20% damage to, like, your whole team. Like, it buffs the whole squad. Absolutely. But it's one of those things where it's like, is it worth the money? You know? What were you saying, Sork? You're still wondering if Elegy would outperform Aqua in a vape composition. Vaporize. I looked at it a bit. That R5 stringless, though? Yeah, man. Of course. Of course. Right, weapons. Like the Elegy. I looked at Elegy for a bit. Part of me thinks that the energy recharge is a bit too high. Like, from Elegy, like, it probably works. 20% attack, 100 elementary, it's a good boost to your main divas. Right. It is. It is. Because then you're boosting... Because how does it trigger? Because I thought about it. Increases elemental mastery by 60. The elemental skills are bursts of the character wielding this weapon. Deal damage. Yeah, you can trigger it really fast when you burst. Absolutely. You possess all 4. You get... wait, what? Oh, it just has a condition. Oh, it just gives you 60 mastery altogether. Okay. So it increases 100 elemental mastery by 100 and increases attack by 20%. And if you had an R5, it's 200 mastery and 40% attack. And the elemental mastery at the top goes up too. Right. Yeah. If you were running 4-piece emblem, yeah, then the elemental recharge goes more into your burst damage. That is a good point. Yeah. Like if you're doing it that way, then yeah, probably. That's right. Like I guess it comes down to what the player is trying to do. Because like if someone just had like they got Yelan off a couple wishes, they weren't planning to get her. They have one copy of Yelan. They weren't, planning to get her. They just, threw some stuff. What was I thinking of here? But if their main focus is like, let's say you have like an already existing character you want to use. Well, yeah, Venti, like Elegy was made for Venti. Like, if your main goal was to give your main character more attack while they burst from the side, and you have Elegy of the End, and like, so that's the thing. Like, it's a conditional based on what the player has at their disposal. Like if you're a player that gets an R1 copy of every single item and weapon released and you have options, it's a different argument. Like if we present this argument under the assumption that the player has at least one copy of every weapon and at least one copy of every character, like in a simulation, then you can have a huge discussion about it. I don't think Windbloom Ode. No, that doesn't help at all. Because we talked about Polar Star for a bit, but Polar Star, like, she's not going to use her regular attacks and stuff. What was I going to say? Like, I tried Polar Star, but I know you don't attack as Yelan. As cool as her attacks are, it's not what you do. So you rarely get the other bonuses, and the attack doesn't really help her. You just, like, the Stringless just affects what she does. Like, absolutely. Especially at R5. Like, Elegy could work with the that other set. Like, if you're running a lot of mastery and stuff, and you wanted more mastery. What does it say? So, all nearby party... Oh, so all party members gain the mastery. Right, like, Venti, it's really good for Venti. But it makes me wonder, if you had, like, let's say you had an R5 Elegy. Like, let's say you did. And you were getting 320 mastery from the bow at all times. And you were just doing, like, because they mentioned for vape comps. So let's say you did have Elegy and you had, like, a really high refined one. That would be a force worth reckoning with. Like, that would be viable. That would be a strong build. I think that is the truth. That is good. And it's not to say that something's bad or not good. It's just I think it would be good based on how you wanted to build it. Building universally, which is how I tend to do things, I'm gravitating towards 2-piece Hydro, 2-piece Millilith, because health HP increases her entire kit. I'm getting good damage off of her R2, her elemental skill. Like, I'm kind of curious how that would perform at like C5, because I'm getting I feel like I'm getting great damage. My Yelan is not built fully yet. I still need to work on a couple pieces, but she's working fine right now. Like I'd want to know, like if I have the enemy has a little bit of fire on them and I use her R2, I'm doing like 100k. I'm doing like 140k. Like I'm doing a lot. And just like vanilla, I'm doing like 45k with just her R2, which to me is a lot. Like I don't usually get that kind of damage out of a lot of characters I use. And I just see that sometimes. But yeah, I think Elegy could work if you wanted to focus on reactions, like as they said for Vaporize. I think it does. It would work. I do have that Moed's Moon. It'd be interesting if you had like Moen's Moon and the other one to put them together to focus just on the burst damage. It'd be interesting because you brought that up. I just think Stringless is just an what's the word? It's unconditional. It's just everyday damage, Stringless. Yeah, makes sense. You're just doing Hydro damage. You're doing HP. Makes sense to me. Yeah. Did I turn all my resin into stuff? Oh yeah, I got a lot of primos now. Cool. Yeah, it's 58% damage. Like it's the raw output. It's absolutely fantastic. Cause I remember like, you know, you would put Stringless on Fischl, you would put Stringless on Venti, you would put Stringless on a lot of things. I was actually never really one to use Stringless per se. Like on most characters like Fischl, I found that my Skyward Harp outperformed my Stringless. But then when it comes to Yelan, who doesn't benefit from the high attack of, like, I enjoyed the crit and crit, like the crit damage and crit ratio. I guess ratio, rate, whatever. I enjoyed that with Yelan, but the extra attack that it gives is kind of wasted. The bonus damage it does is based off the character's physical damage or something, isn't it? Like it just wasn't performing. Okay, it was good. It got outperformed because it does 125% physical attack damage, and that just functions better with Fischl, who gives you physical attack. You know, like the higher your attack is, the higher that bonus. And Yelan's like, hi, I have like barely over 1,000 attack, but I function as intended. But yeah, Stringless works. It's consistent, and that's the stuff I like is consistency. Absolutely, that is not what I wanted.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange woman.
One thing I have been I mentioned this earlier, but I haven't tried it yet.
The better.
Yelan and Rosaria. I think they'd be fun together. I want to try them out. And I think the main reason why I'm not trying them out is because the dungeon I need to farm for artifacts is the Peak of Vingdagner. And, like, you don't bring ice there. So I've never actually used it. I've always been using fire. Because I'm trying to get a better Hydro Sands of Time. But I want to go over here and just see what she does. Okay, well, did it. He didn't even live. That's crazy. But I think they do well together. Like I think Scythe was bringing up earlier, like Yelan, Rosaria, and an Electro character, and that would absolutely shred. Any way you slice it. How much condensed do I have? I have 5 condensed. Oh, I have artifact boxes. Oh, I still hate that. That we get this weird set. Crit damage, mastery, attack. I guess it's okay. What's this? I'll take it. What's this? You get 18% attack from it? Oh, it's like Gladiator, but different. Using a burst, the character gains light, increasing attack. I don't like that at all. Maybe as a 2-piece, but not a 4. Okay. Okay. I think I'll burn the resin I have in Peak of Ignagner.
We should keep moving, but watch your step in the snow.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And you know me, I don't mess with any of those characters that go low health. Except on the condition that they're like a really hot character that's like masochist and they're like, "Oh yeah, hurt me more," and they just do more damage. Like if it's like built into their like lore and it's like that, I might bite. But until that point, I don't mess with low health bullshit. That's not my thing. So like I'd rather have Gladiator than that. Fuck, I'm tired. I'm actually tired. Like I got up, I think I went to bed around 2 last night. And I only fell asleep around like 3 or 4. Yeah, like Hu Tao heals herself up at the end. But even for that, like I don't care for Hu Tao personally, so I don't have her. And I don't like her voice actress, so like I enjoy her voice actress, I hear her so much that I can't stand her. But yeah, like she has a health mechanic at the end, like she has a saving grace to it. And that's that whole thing about teetering between, you know, life and death.
Busted. Jumpy dumpty go. Quietly now.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's alive? That was like nothing.
Busted.
There's a lot. Why? Why does that happen? I guess I just didn't crit. Cause like the little bomb, like what does more damage? Fire onto water or water onto fire? Cause I feel like it's supposed to be fire onto water. I didn't think it was water onto fire. I could be wrong, actually. I might be wrong. Is that what it's called? Reverse? What is that? Hello? Oh, I thought it was the other way. Because I was trying to get it to work. Oh. Oh, see, I thought it was the other way. I completely thought it was the other way. That is nice. I thought I was doing something wrong. Like, it's still vaporized, yeah. But there's like, I remembered it was one of the two, and I thought it was the other way. This is a good goblet. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's cryo, but who cares? Goblet's always my off-piece anyway. It's a nice goblet. So I'm supposed to put the fire first. Okay.
Here comes the catch. Quietly now.
Oh, that was higher. Yeah. Okay, I see. Ow. Fuck you. I see. So, like, I want to, like, throw the bomb down, then trigger the C4, and then do the other thing. That's pretty good. Recharge crit rate, maybe if they roll good. Because, like, now that I think about it, I remember people would do, like, a big hit of fire and then switch in and hit with water.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
Right.
I swear by my sword.
Quietly now. Busted.
Oh, it didn't crit.
Gotcha.
Okay. Like, I'll be honest with you, I've only ever used, like, fire and water, like, once in my life. I'm usually more of a freeze comp kind of guy, so, like, I never really use them together. So, like, it's kind of new to me. What's this? Garbage. What's this? More garbage. I remember once I used Klee and Tartaglia together, and I saw like a 20k, and I was like, what's that? What happened?
I will have order.
Busted. Game's up. It's over.
Don't I have Ganyu, Venti, Mona, and Diona built? No. Right, yeah, exactly. Like, ice onto fire just calms things, and fire onto water is like a diminishing return. Yeah. Who'd you ask about? Venti and Diona and... Diona, no. Mona, no. Venti, no. And Ganyu just shoots arrow. Huh! That's not bad. What's this? Maybe? Depends on the third stat, I guess.
This is order.
Jumpy Dumpty go!
Quietly now. Here comes the catch. Busted.
He hit her. Oh, that's me taking damage. I thought it was him.
Stabilize.
I wish the thunder reactions were better. What is that? Oh, physical damage. I never get physical damage. Ew. Am I out of condensed already? Oh my god. So I feel like with reactions, it's always fire ice or fire water or water ice. But then it's like thunder ice for physical, and then if your character's not a thunder or ice with physical, it's like, oh no. Like, I feel like Electro just has like a short end of the stick.
Game's up. Quietly now.
And I love it when I can't change characters and I mash and I just get something else. I've noticed that a lot with Yelan, where I'll try to switch into her and it's just like no, and I dash again and waste it. Because I'm expecting to like dash and then switch and then dash and then like dash switch just doesn't come out a lot of the time. It's this garbage.
It's getting a little cold. Time to bundle up.
Is she an Electro character?
This blinding sunlight is such a pain. No way I can get a nap in this weather.
Did I do that already? I did. Oh, okay. Well, I think I've done everything I wanted to do. She's an Electro Sword? Oh, okay. I hope she's good, but I personally won't go out of my way to get her. Like, if she wants to come to me on, like, a weapon banner later, or from a Blue Wish, great. But I won't be. I won't be going for her. She's like, Jean? She's a healer? Oh, yeah? That's cool.
Take it easy.
We don't have an Electro healer, do we? I don't think we have an Electro healer. Hey, Gunner. How you doing? The first ever... Okay, cool. Because that's something we do need. Absolutely. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't think it's something we need, but it's something we would like to have. Because if we needed it, we wouldn't have completed the trials before us. You're giving her the Mist Splitter? Cool. Hope you get her. Might be bitch. I think that's a bit sad in Genshin, is that, like, I feel like Genshin's one of those games where it's like more about the world and like the lore of characters and if you like them and stuff. That like determines if you use them. But like, and that should be the selling point, is like how cool the character is, or does the character click with you, or are they fun to play as, and things like that. But if Genshin devolves into just, you know, a power creep fest, um, that'll be a bit of a shame. Where's Margaret? Yeah, you could make a second weapon. You know, I've never done a single hangout. I'm just saving them all up. Why is there no enemies here? What time is it? Holy shit, it's getting late.
Take it easy.
Maybe. And that's kind of the things I'd save it for. I also learned that like, instead of mashing or hitting R2 again to get out of Yelan's run, you can just jump to cancel it. And it will still, if you ensnare somebody, it still will trigger the animation to, like, break them, to hit them with the rope. But that way, if you learn to, like, jump out of it, you'll never, like, accidentally double tap the second constellation or the second charge. If you plan to do it when it ends on its own, and then it buffers the next one. I've learned that if you just jump out of it, it won't consume the second one. Because if I tap it, it ends it, and you just do that little, like, hop. Or not hop, but that little, like, skid stop thing. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to get on out of here. We beat the Spiral Abyss. We did one retry because I forgot Mako Kenki does damage. But we got through it. Really good. I'm pleased with how Yelan did. I didn't really need her for... I don't think I needed her for any of that, but she was fun to use. Yeah, so... definitely stream again in the future. Definitely get the next Spiral Abyss in I don't know how many days. How many days is that? 10, 12 more days. 2 weeks from now? A little less than 2 weeks for sure. But again, guys, thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the conversations we had. We discussed a lot of just Genshin stuff. Good to bounce things back between you guys, see what you think about things, and go through stuff. And yeah. I'll see you in the next one. Good luck on your pulls. Good luck on your wishes, your artifacts, most importantly. And I'll see you next time.